Senior advisor to the NASA administrator and the NASA Press Secretary Bethany Stevens. Good to see you. You must be exhausted but energized. What an exciting time for NASA. What is the mood there at Mission Control, and what are our astronauts up to today?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me, Tom. You were spot on. Exhausted but energized. It is just a little bit until we're halfway through this mission. We are going to keep going. Everyone is super ecstatic that we are well on our way to the moon, as y'all just mentioned. Over halfway there at this point, hoping for tomorrow to be the time where we finally go around that dark side of the moon and go further into space than we ever have before. So the mood here on the ground is just, we're so excited to see our colleagues and many of these people's friends go and make this historic journey.
So they're up there, they're more than halfway. They are doing some experiments, and they're also fixing things, as we just heard, about the first working toilet on a lunar mission. How is the spacecraft operating, and how do you assess how well this new equipment is operating with people on board for the first time?
Yeah, so this is a test mission. It's operating very well. We heard Dr. Lori Glaze, who's the head of our exploration systems, talk about just how well this is going after our translunar injection burn. She said that that was flawless. We're seeing great success with all kinds of the maneuvers that they're doing. I know the pilot of the mission, Victor Glover, executed a manual maneuver yesterday, which is very important. So that in our future missions, we're able to dock with lunar landers, land on the moon, et cetera. All of those are coming in 27 and 28 due to the president's commitment to American space dominance and getting us back to the moon in 2028 before the Chinese intend to land prior to 2030.
So talk to us, Bethany, about the approach. And there we see these beautiful photos taken from the Orion capsule of our home planet. Talk to us about the approach to the moon, what we're going to see Sunday and Monday, and when are some of the key times that folks can be watching? Because I know that a lot of people have downloaded the app, I have, and they are watching the various feeds of this mission in real time.
Yes, NASA is fully committed to transparency, so you're going to see a lot of photos continuing to come out of the capsule. Obviously, there's a little bit of a delay to get those here to Earth, but we're seeing some stunning images of the Earth taken by Commander Reed Weissman. You're going to continue to see coverage across all of our channels on the experiments that they're doing, the exercise equipment that I know y'all mentioned, in addition to other aspects of this mission. And then hopefully we're going to see on Sunday night, when they finally reach that far point, some stunning images for the first time in over 50 years of the Earthrise, Earth coming up behind the moon. We all remember those iconic images from the Apollo missions, and those are going to be recreated from an even further perspective in the coming days. So definitely stay tuned, watch as we're executing upon that, and keep the eyes on the feed.
In so many ways, the best is really yet to come. I mean, this is just kind of whetting our appetite. You mentioned it just a few moments ago. We do know that both China and Russia have started preparing for a moon mission of their own. The United States, under President Trump, switching from a potential orbiting lunar base to an actual base on the surface of the moon. And what is your assessment of our ability to do that at this point, and where we are in the new space race against China and Russia?
Absolutely. There's a huge sense of urgency here. We're seeing other global partners and adversaries make leaps and bounds towards getting to the moon. The U.S. has a large global coalition of partners with 61 signatories to the Artemis Accords, meaning that we're all going with the same objectives of peace and exploration and coming together to make sure that we preserve the moon and the peace up there. I think at this point in time, we have a commitment from the President of the United States, a mandate from him. He signed an executive order our administrator's very first day sworn into office, saying that the U.S. needed to get back to the moon by 2028. We needed to build a lunar base. We needed to execute upon nuclear power in space. And you're seeing NASA Administrator Isaacman just over a week ago setting forth a plan to make that achievable for us, moving up the cadence of these Artemis missions. They used to be about 3 years apart. We were losing muscle memory, encountering the same issues over and over again. Now we're on track to have a lunar mission every single year, ultimately resulting in a lunar base in 2028. When these astronauts land on the moon, they're not landing just to put down a footprint or a flag. They're landing to stay, and that's going to be a lasting symbol of American dominance on the final frontier. We're the world leader right now, and we'll continue to be for decades to come.
I am sure that we're going to be talking again. There's a lot of exciting stuff yet to come as America returns to the moon. NASA Press Secretary Bethany Stevens, we pray for the safe return of our astronauts, and we can't wait for what comes next. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.